Right people, we're doing a full circle video. Bluebell Woods. It's not a race as such, but it's just to see how long it takes to walk around it. So that includes this bit here. So we're just going to go to the main entrance. We're not doing any truck spotting because we've got an appointment. So I needed to get I really felt the strong urge to have a walk. So what we'll do, this is the entrance here. Bluebell Woods. So it's quite difficult to know about that. Well, actually, if you're in a car, it's hard to. It's down by the post office. So if you're trying to find out where it is. So, public path, Balquhidderock Woods. It's called Balquhidderock Woods. So we're not coming back to this spot. We're going to go back to that spot up there. Full circle. So, and we'll have a chat. Have a chat about stuff. It's also enjoyable. I enjoy it. It's a good way of freeing off the cobwebs in your mind. There's a lot of contentious stuff on the internet, and it's always good to get away from it. And if you must go back, you can, but if you have a break from it, it's also a good thing. There's nobody going to argue with that. So much negative stuff. But if you find yourself getting angry, you're not controlling your emotions. You have to. It happens to me occasionally, not that much, but it does happen. People start talking about Jakey Rowling, stuff like that. So one thing I'd like to point out is, one thing that does annoy me is this insistence that you must tick all the boxes politically. I think you can tick different boxes. You don't have to follow that dogma. Far right, far left, that dogma. So I might tick boxes, and that's a good example of it. So the Zack Polanski, or whatever his name is, Polanski? He changed his name. Leader of the Green Party. So what he was saying about Jakey Rowling was spot on, but I completely and utterly disagree with their policies on renewables. It's a complete farce. So what's most important for me? Well, for me, energy, food, travel is more important than gender identity. Even for me. So it might be different for you, or it might be the same, or maybe you don't care about gender identity. And gender identity as well. I think it's Carole Malone, is that her name? She's off her head, that woman. Well, she just kept shouting at him all the time. I mean, she's on the Jeremy Vine show, that was yesterday. And she just kept, she was erratic and mad and everything. And he really kept his shit together. So the person that actually looked mad, by the way, I don't know how long this video is going to take. I'm guessing about 30 minutes. So we're walking around clockwise. Going to walk right along this path and up and back around where we started. So he kept his stuff together, but the Green Party, as far as I can see, are completely bonkers. They're anti-human. I mean, bear in mind, I don't agree with transgender ideology as such, but it is what it is. There's a Gender Recognition Act, and we have to that's what Nigel Farage does. He follows the reality of all that stuff, the illegal side of it. So, it's just the way it is. Yeah. And So a friend of mine, Sandy, he told me about a full circle. So you go full circle to the right, full circle to the left. You've got fascism. That's intolerance. So that's what Jakey Rowling's done. She's went full circle to the right or left. I don't know, well, it's the right, yeah. Under this pretense of women's rights. So that's quite a subject where a lot of people don't care about that, or a lot of people feel strongly about it. A lot of women, females, not a lot of women, most females, this is leading to the destruction of our civilization, as they've been brought up to hate men, and it's not doing them any good. And that's why you can't, it's all linked to things going wrong. Can't afford a house, can't afford a car, can't get a job, you know, all that stuff, because the traditional values has been traditional values have been done away with. Probably, I think they have. Pretty sure traditional values. You can kind of see the right. So we've got to turn right up here somewhere. We're about to overtake this. Well, these people have been. I don't think we'll catch up with them. They'll be past the turning by the time we get to it. So I thought this would be quite a cool video. I just thought this morning, wouldn't it be cool if people could see the Bluebell Woods and see what is involved in the main part of it. It's not a massive wood, but it's very enjoyable nonetheless. Good bit of exercise for me as well. So we've got all the kids getting out for a wee walk. So we're going to be, hopefully they'll be past the entrance by the time we get there. I might have to slow down a bit just to let them go on. Yeah, it might be an idea. They won't be going up that steep hill, I wouldn't imagine, because they've got a pram. No, I wouldn't think so. Slow drive down. Slow drive down. There's a helicopter up there. Way up there. Can you see it? It's way over there. So, so we'll get him. Oh, there it is. There's a freaking entrance there. I was too busy looking at the helicopter. Right. Well, you really don't want to get him. You know, I mean, you can film in a public place, but you don't want to. You know, you don't want to get into that. I mean, you know, right, so, Can't nearly walk past it there. There is a further way of doing this. We'll do this some other time. This is the one I intended to do today. Or maybe it wasn't, maybe that's why. Yeah, we could have actually went further on and turned right. We'll do that some other day. We could have actually done a figure of 8 actually. Have I got time for that? I've got an appointment at 12. It's 11:15. Yeah, let's do the figure of 8. Oh, fuck. Ding dong. Ding-a-ling-a-ding ding. Let's do the figure of 8. Fuck. It's a good wee warm up. It's a good wee. Sorry. What the hell's happened here? I went away up the wrong path. That's an That's what happens when the foliage starts to... I thought that was unusual. There's a path down there, look. Huh. Jeez. Sorry people, and this is the first time I've come down here without going truck spotting. You can hear the kids, they're probably on their way to the park. They're on their way to the park probably. Run about there. Yeah, so it's very sad what's happened, but it's really for corporate greed. And so dumb women in the past had to get married, have loads of children and serve their genetic duty. Now they're driving around in Audis, causing trouble and gobbing off about stuff. Are they happy? No. I know so many of them that are like that. Idiots. So whose fault is it? Well, whose fault is it? My life's turned out the way it is. You know, it's just... So we've got... We're there away at the park along there. Nice, isn't it? Right. So we'll go this way. I can hear all the trucks. I can hear them all, and I want to go up there. Oh, it's like a calling. Do you know, I was looking at the way I film trucks, and so this explains the sort of like difference between males and females. And I can remember my mechanic guy battling with a pickup truck trying to do the suspension. Come on, you know, and it was almost like an organic feel to it, like this is a living being. So what I'm saying about the videos are there's a sexual element that, you know, oh look at that truck, oh, you know, that sort of thing. And I think it's probably connected to what I've been talking about because of what's happened. So that's just doing the figure of 8 now. Because of what's happened. Because of what's happened. We need that thing. Needs cutting, doesn't it? It does. Oh, sorry. It needs cutting, people. So because they can't get a woman, because women have been told that men are toxic, and that's the other thing about my videos is that I'll do everyday subjects and that objects and talk about pretty weird topics in the background. Not everybody likes that, but some do, and it makes it a bit weird, a bit unusual. Inanimate objects, so they can deal with them. And the reason why a lot of them are staying away from women is because of the dangers involved with them. They're prosecuted. It's a very real thing, a very real possibility that can happen. It can happen, and it has happened. You know. So I'm nearly at the top. Pretty well stuffed here. Honestly. So they'll leave them alone. Now, so what happened to me was married young, 3 children, got dumped, got married again. Had 2, so it's 5. 1 died. The first 3, the middle one died. I've got 2 grandchildren. Genetically successful in a societal way, unsuccessful. I wasn't able to maintain relationships with these women. I have touched on this before, and I got attacked. I got attacked last week for it by my ex's daughter, who sort of ranting and raving. If all you can do is rant and rave, you don't really have an argument. Especially, another thing is, if it's making you that angry, right, it doesn't do any good. Like I was talking about that earlier, about anger. If you start feeling that way, go for a walk. Try and do something positive. Stay away from the internet. Don't let it come out, because it'll get you into trouble. Alright, let's talk about the videos. Yeah, well, the videos, they seem to be consistently, you know, the subscriber thing is consistently, still interesting, that, isn't it? Oh wall. The subscriber thing's consistently growing. I'm just trying to think of the different ways I could do this walk. You know, we'll do sort of figure 8 today, sort of. And there's another. Yeah, you could do it different ways. You could do like a racing track sort of thing. But we'll stick to it because of the time thing. I think we've done more than what I anticipated I would do by doing the figure of 8, which is taking a little bit longer. So what we'll do is we'll go straight over here and take the sort of top walk to where we started, and then that'll be the end of the video. So thank you for coming along and listening to me rambling on about stuff. Yeah, so I think there is another thing, and this could be connected to what we were talking about with women, females. Right, so when you're using your language, you've got to, so like Piers Morgan and who was it? That talk radio. I mean, talk radio, talk news or whatever it is. So they were using Piers Morgan, and I'll better show you that a bit. That's where the path is. In the middle. And he was, when they're arguing, watch for them conflating female and woman, a wife, girls, men, boys, males, but they tend to they don't really conflate that. They conflate. They'll use an argument using women, then when they change it from women to female, you need to take them back. If it's Piers Morgan, whoever it is, say, excuse me, are you talking about females or women? So it's sneaky what Piers Morgan's doing there. He's getting you to jump along with him. So they're changing, I could actually show you this if you want. They're changing terminology in a sentence. It's kind of clever, but if you know your stuff, you can see it happening. So I can see it happening. So you need to stick with definition. What is the definition of a woman? So female, we don't need to ask what that is. We know what female is, well we should ask it. It's biological female. It's a human. It's not an adult, it's a human, because it could be a baby who is a female, has reproductive organs and vagina, and well, it doesn't have breasts until they grow, do it? So males have breasts as well. You see, you got all these, talking about these things. So there's this. They're trying to some of these lot are, well, Piers Morgan's just an opportunist. He just jumps from whatever way the wind blows. He's like Keir Starmer, Captain Flip-Flop. He's not to be trusted whatsoever. Well, I do enjoy watching them, yes, at times. So the conflation from women. So the definition, the feminists don't like this because the definition of a woman is a wife, or it was, a mother, children. A lot of them don't have children, so does that mean they're not real women? Well, that was the way it was, and the result of removing that terminology has resulted in declining birth rates and the end of Western civilization, because you can sit here and argue all day long about all these different things, but if you don't have any children to take over, you've got nothing. Right, so I didn't even know I was going to talk about this today. I know it's a bit of a heavy subject, but it has to be talked about. It has to be. It's nice when you meet decent women. Unfortunately, there's not so many of them about now. There's not so many decent men about either, as a result. So that's what happens, the whole thing implodes upon itself, and that's what's happening to our society. Oh, we've got a dog. Oh, fuck. Hey! Alright. Oh. See, that's dogs that are, but they should, well, you know, they should be under an lead if they do that, actually. It's not my fault that they're not trained properly, so whatever it is about me, some people have said the high-vis jacket scares them, but, so for example, if I was scared of dogs, you know, I mean, it wouldn't be appropriate for me to punch fuck out at that guy's dogs, would it? But, well, what was he going to do? Well, I end up fighting in the woods. Anyway, you do get dogs that are out of control. I would say that was an aggressive bark, but I'm not a dog expert. So we've got a tree come down here. Right. I could come in and see if I had a chainsaw, it'd be handy, wouldn't it? So, popular dog walking route. Right, so thanks for coming along. That's us, we've made it. Where did we start? Where did we start? I think it was about here somewhere. Right, so thanks for watching. So that was 23 minutes and 10 seconds. Thanks for watching, bye.